welcome once again to the channel. This is Sunset Drone GH, and we have always said that we are going to give you amazing and great content. This time around, we are trying to blend new content with our work. We are trying to bring people who are innovative and are doing amazingly well in Ghana here, and they are also putting up new inventions or things that will promote the economy and their lives too. So today we are here at Sila Chalk Company in Berekum. They are producing chalks and they are giving out to the schools at very low and moderate price. So I decided to come and interview my brother here, who is I would say the one who produces the chalk and does everything here in the company. So we are going to interview him and we are going to know what is actually going on and how he does his work. And fortunately for us, when we came, we have some students here. We'll be talking to them to know their thoughts and what they have learned so far. Patrick here, he's the lead in this production. He does everything, barely everything concerning the chalk. So I would like to speak to him. He will tell us his full name and everything about him and the reasons behind this good idea that he's having and why going forward, what he thinks the company stands to hold. Okay, so my brother Patrick, can you tell us your full name, where you are from, and everything about you? Okay. Small thing about you.
Okay. I'm called Techi Patrick. A native of Wenchi, but precisely I've been in Berekum for almost 17 years now. When I completed JHS, I came here for my SHS, and right from then, I've been a second native of Berekum. Since then up to now, I've been here for a long time.
Wow, that's great. Yes. So we have our brother from Wenchi who has stayed in Berekum for some time now.
Yes.
And he thought that no, he shouldn't send his company back to his hometown.
That is it.
He stays here and he feels that whatever he does here will help improve the lifestyles of the people here, and he should do it here. And I think that's a positive one. So tell me, what motivated you to start something like this, and where did it all start from?
The motivation took root or started from where I was teaching. I realized when I came to Berekum here and I started teaching in some private schools, we discovered that chalk is one of the major problems and is one of the major tools used in teaching and learning. So me and a friend of mine, Mr. Olanyo, he was then my headmaster, we took an idea that okay, we want to do something to help the schools in Berekum precisely and its environs. That one motivated us. Then we went online to study about chalk, how it is done, its processes. Then we moved on further for a local machine, and through this my boss, Mr. Johan, my white man is here. Yes, through him and a company in Netherlands, we were able to purchase this huge machine for our production.
Wow, that's great. As we are going on, I know we'll be speaking to Mr. Johan, so that you tell us what really impressed him upon what you were doing and made him support such a good and nice project. Okay, so tell us, going forward, where do you see this company to be in the near future?
Yeah, this company has a bright future because I know, basically in Ghana here, chalk happens to be one of the major usage in schools. Whenever teachers want to write or anything pertaining to teaching and learning, you can never do teaching and learning without chalk. So I know in the near future, this company will be the main source of chalk for nationwide and even if exporting chalk into other countries. This company started in 2013. 2013 we started it. We moved on a bit. It was cool with it. The company grew to some extent. We were having a local machine which we were using. The machines are here. First of all, we bought a local machine that we were using, one of it, and later on we had money, then we bought another local machine to be added. But we realized that the local machine was not helping us to our expectation because we were not able to produce the amount we want to produce when a demand is made. Somebody or a school may demand some certain amount of chalk, but due to the the nature of the machine, the capacity of the machine, we weren't able to produce up to our expectation. That prompted us for us to contact, let me say, NGO, and they helped us in getting this machine. So upon this big machine, I know we are able to produce whatever amount of chalk we want to produce.
Wow, yeah. Wow. So when you started, if I may ask, how many chalks were you producing? Quantity, and now what has it increased? And how much percentage do you think it has increased to?
Sure. When we started, within a day, for chalk production, we will normally use POP, the plaster of Paris.
Okay.
When we started, a day we could use just 2. Yes, we were 4 in it. We could use only 2 POP in the production. Two bags of POP with the local machine. Okay. But with this machine, me alone, if I come on a hard day work, a day I can use about 600.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
But with the local machine, 4 people could produce only 2 bags. This machine has a huge capacity. For instance, every mold like this mold contains 588 holes.
Wow.
588.
Wow.
And they are 80 number.
Wow.
80 number. And this mold produces 588 chalks per 15 minutes.
Okay. So in each of this one, it produces
588 sticks.
Wow.
Per 15 minutes. 588 sticks.
Wow.
So assuming we multiply 588 by 8. It's a huge amount of chalk.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I say 200%.
That is it.
That production has really increased.
And with the old machine, the machine was just 420.
Wow.
420.
This one, so that means this one has really.
This one is, I can say this one is more than 300 or 400% increment in the production.
Wow.
With this chalk, with this machine, even me alone, if I can produce 12 cartons a day.
Wow.
If one person can produce 12 cartons, meaning 2 people can produce 24 cartons in a day. If 24 cartons in a day multiply by 30 days, you know the amount of chalk you can produce. That is 2 people.
Yeah.
That is 2 people. If 2 people are producing 24 cartons in a day, multiply 24 by 30. You see the amount of chalk we can do. So Silak Chalk is a company situated in Berekum that has the very big, or let me say strong capacity to meet any demand of chalk that any school or bookshop will be ready to demand from us.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's really great.
Yes.
This is amazing, guys. What I've heard and what I'm seeing is just amazing, because like from production of, let's say, 470 in a day, increased to more than, I don't know, 580 or something.
It was 420 sticks, yes. And this is 588.
This is just too much. I can't do the math. For me, I'm not doing the math. That one, I don't like it. So I won't do the math. Because if I don't take care, I'll mention like 1 billion. That one, you guys will beat me, so I don't want that. Okay, so guys, we have our brother here. He's called Mr. Johan. I'll ask him to tell us his full name, where he's coming from, and what really brought him here to Ghana today.
Okay. So my name is Johan Broos. So I'm from the Netherlands. I'm retired, 72 years old. So after my retirement, I thought maybe I can do something with my knowledge and with my experience.
Wow.
So I joined the PUM organization, and that's an organization in the Netherlands, I think approximately 2,000 experts. So in the Netherlands they have the approach that don't directly send money to a country, but send people who really understand a business and people who understand the technology behind a certain process. So you can transfer knowledge, and then with that knowledge, also Patrick could start up. Then we came to the conclusion that you need also a machine. So after my retirement, I thought I can do something, and I can really do something. He's always happy when I come. My education is chemical. I have a master in chemistry, and I worked for Philips a long time, and I worked 16 years in Asia, and my last job was that I was a CEO of a joint venture with Samsung, Motorola, Chinese partner, and Philips, later on NXP in Beijing. So I have a little bit business experience. I saw this time that normally I have the people who will make the Excel sheet for me, but now I have to make it myself.
That's how you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago,
Yeah,
so I have to,
yeah.
every time I have to go to the internet, what is this, what is that? So, but I did it.
Okay, that's cool.
So that is, so I worked for Philips, and I was always happy to work for the company, and also to work abroad, because when you work abroad you see different cultures, etc.
Yeah.
That's also the reason I said, oh, maybe Ghana is a very interesting country, and
Yeah.
for sure it's very interesting
Very
country.
you love it.
Yes.
The food, the people, everything
Yeah.
is just love it. We see a lot of that going on in our country, like helping people with innovative ideas, just to like promote them so that can build our economy and also build the lives of these people.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's really like I'm really happy for what you have done.
Okay.
Thank you
Thanks.
very much. And I think it's enough what you have taught us, and I think going forward, you are going to show our chemistry rather around this whole thing that is going on here.
Yeah.
We are going to show the people what you are going to teach us.
That's interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Okay. Pleasure.
These are the production processes.
Everything which is done here in production is done by calculations, and that is what you can see on the wall. Okay, so he does everything with calculations, and it's just amazing. I don't understand a single thing that is being written here, so those who understand it, you can just know. But our brother Johan will be explaining everything to us.
And what Patrick is doing, he will show you, that is the how much water you use and how much POP.
Okay.
And then during the molding, there is a transition, a chemical transition. And that is very, very typical for gypsum, because you also use it for when you break a leg whatsoever. Because the crystals, this is POP, they will transfer. So what happens is that there's a chemical reaction, so the POP will incorporate a certain amount of water, and then you get a recrystallization process.
Okay.
And the recrystallization process means that you get needles.
Yeah.
And if you get needles, you have a let's say a structure which will not change anymore. So in the mold, after the molding, it's already a fixed structure. So what is the next problem? You have to remove the water. And then you have to know, because Patrick knows that, when is the chalk dry? Normally it will take approximately 3 days.
Okay.
But we try also to speed up the drying, and that means that you have to measure something, because you cannot say I have a chalk, and I say now let's see how dry it is. He can do that, but you have to use an objective measurement.
Okay.
And the objective measurement is a weighting balance.
Okay.
So you know that normally we start with 8.8 gram, and then we go down to approximately 5. So we can measure that, and we know exactly what happens. So to summarize it, very important is the weighting, the amount of water and POP.
Okay.
That's very critical, because if you change that, if you get more POP, you get a very close structure.
Yeah.
When you use less, you have let's say more holes and porosity in your chalk. So if the porosity is very high, it will break easily at school. We don't want it. So that control is very important, and the control of the weight of the chalks during time. So what I did as somebody on behalf of PUM, that's a development organization in the Netherlands, I try to help Patrick, because I have a chemical education, so I understand what's behind it. So I try to help Patrick to say, okay, If you really want to know what's happening, you have to understand this. And finally, what he can do is very simple: keep everything the same. And then you have every day the same production.